millimeters. It is so narrow, 4 to 6 centimeters. This 4 to 6 centimeters is very short, so the infection very easily can pass through the urethra and reach to the urinary bladder. Posterior to the urinary bladder, in the female sex, according to this picture, the uterus and vagina are visible. And posterior to the vagina and uterus, you are able to look at rectum and anal canal. So posterior organ inside of the pelvic cavity in female sex is which structure? Posterior organ. Rectum. Anterior organ. Urinary bladder. Now again, we are going to look at to the cervical section in the female sex. The urinary bladder and urethra, uterus and vagina, rectum and anal canal. It is a cross section from the pelvic diaphragm. You can imagine inferior to this pelvic diaphragm, this structure, this area we call the perineum. And superiorly, inside of the true pelvic cavity, you are able to look at to the urinary bladder, to the distal end of the ureter, uterus, ovary, uterine tube, small portion of the proximal portion of the vagina, rectum. It's visible the anal canal here, superior to pelvic diaphragm. Why?
Can you repeat your question? I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Here is the pelvic cavity, and is the section, a cross section from the pelvic diaphragm. Here is the perineum, inferior to pelvic diaphragm. Superior, you are able to find a structure, the organ inside of the pelvic cavity. Is anal canal visible inside of the pelvic cavity?
No, because it's under the pelvic diaphragm, and after that it becomes anal canal.
Yes. Here is the rectum. Immediately, when the rectum passing through the pelvic diaphragm, the name changed to anal canal. So anal canal is going to be found inferior to pelvic diaphragm. In your exam, we are going to ask you such as this. I'm not going to ask you what is the name of here or what is this. You know. Now look at to the reflection of the peritoneum. The peritoneum is coming inside of the pelvic cavity. It is going to cover anterior surface of the rectum. But the posterior surface of the rectum, inferior part of the rectum, and lateral part of the rectum is not going to be covered by the peritoneum. If you look at here, the peritoneum is coming down, cover the anterior surface of the rectum, and most part of the rectum remain without, not retro, it remain without covering sheet of the peritoneum. This peritoneum very soon reflected to posterior surface of the vagina, go to cover the posterior surface of the uterus, anterior surface of the uterus, and reflect to superior surface of the urinary bladder. So if you imagine, here is the cervix, here is the neck, the cervix of the uterus, posteriorly, this cervix covered by the peritoneum, but anteriorly, this cervix never covered by the peritoneum, because this peritoneum very soon reflect to cover the superior surface of the urinary bladder. Means most part of the vagina and most part of the urinary bladder and most part of the rectum are going to be
Not covered.
not covered by the peritoneum. They are very area. They are going inside of to come inside of the pelvic cavity and never covered by the peritoneum. Now, to be able to imagine here, imagine that here we have the urinary bladder, here we have the uterus and vagina, you know, in the vagina, you should know.
It doesn't stick.
In the vagina, you should know that the cervix or neck of the uterus is here. It is going inside of the superior portion of the vagina, such as a small glass go into the large glass. Okay? So you imagine here we have a glass and here we have a larger glass. This glass go inside of here. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Around this part of this glass, you have a circular space. This circular space is visible here. In this picture, I'm going to show you only two, but normally we have around this cervix a space. So here we call the fornix. Fornix. The body of the uterus, the cervix of the uterus, the cervix go inside of the superior portion of the vagina. Between the cervix and the superior portion of the vagina, here we have the space. The name of this space we call fornix. We call fornix. Fornix. Posterior fornix, anterior fornix. Right fornix, left fornix. Between these four fornix, the posterior fornix is deeper, is larger. So I come back to this picture. Look at here. According to this picture, you are going to look at the cervix of the uterus. Here is the body of the uterus. Cervix of the uterus. Posteriorly, the cervix of the uterus is going to cover by the peritoneum. Anteriorly, the cervix never covered by the peritoneum. Can you imagine? The body of the uterus completely covered by the peritoneum. We know here is the body and here is the neck or cervix of the uterus. The cervix of the uterus posteriorly covered by the peritoneum, but anteriorly never covered by the peritoneum because the peritoneum is going to cover the anterior surface of the body and reflected to superior surface of the uterine bladder. Anterior surface of the neck or surface of the uterus never covered by the peritoneum.
Can you say rightly, like right anterior to the net cervix, we find the bladder immediately anterior
Yes,
to it?
you may urinary bladder and the vagina anterior to the vagina urethra. Okay? Not only cervix. Here. Now, in clinic, you should know that here we have the rectum. Yes? Here is the rectum. Posterior to uterus, here you have the rectum and anal canal. You know the reflection of the peritoneum. The peritoneum anterior to the uterus, here reflected to posterior surface of the vagina, posterior surface of the uterus, anterior surface of the uterus, and here reflects to superior surface of the urinary bladder. So look at to the cervix. Anteriorly never covered by the peritoneum, but posteriorly covered by the peritoneum. Yes? And here what's the name of this space?
Fornix.
Fornix space.
Now in female sex, you know what's the function in pathological time? If a liquid, if a pus, a blood accumulate inside of the peritoneal cavity, it is coming down. In female sex, it is going to accumulate here. What's the name of this peritoneal peritoneal pouch,
Douglas pouch.
recto-uterine pouch. In the female sex, you can make or penetrate. You can penetrate here. You can penetrate here, and in pathological time, if you have accumulation of the liquid pus or blood here, you can take all this through the vagina. Okay? So you don't need to do a very large surgery. Through the vaginal canal, you can penetrate the posterior surface of the posterior pharynx. We know the posterior pharynx has relation with the Douglas pouch. So this liquid come out from here in pathological time. So it is useful in clinic. And here belong to the male sex. Which structural receiver?
Bladder and the seminal vesicles, rectum,
And
prostate.
prostate is a gland. It is going to be found exactly inferior to the urinary bladder. And posterior, you are able to find the seminal vesicle. According to this picture, the distal end of the ureter are visible, and this is going to remember you deferens canal. The deferens canal is visible here. It is the deferens canal. Which item is going to be found in the deferens canal? Spermatozoid. A spermatozoid is going to be found inside of the deferens canal. This deferens canal is going posterior to the urinary bladder and joined to the duct of the seminal vesicle. So, in the male sex, the reflection of the peritoneum, according to this picture, is visible here. How many peritoneal pouch is visible? One.
Rectovesical.
Vesicle. So, in the male sex, accumulation of the pus or blood is coming down according to the gravity and accumulating inside of the rectovesical pouch. Rectovesical pouch is visible here. Also, the urinary bladder is visible, and in peritoneal bladder, you are able to find the prostate. Inferior to the urinary bladder here, we are going to show you the neck of the urinary bladder. The neck of the urinary bladder is visible here. If I ask you which part of the urinary bladder is fixed and never moved, remember the neck of the urinary bladder. Okay, have 10 minutes left.
Thank you.